Hey,
You on mute?
working for a B-side, B-side, hey.
Peace, Hi. Welcome to the Developmental Focus Point. I'm your host, Bo Scarbrough, and with me are my co-host, Blake Sims, one of the baddest dude to do it at Alabama quarterback. Broke a lot of records. Well brought to you by Workspace Solution and Oak Mountain Financial Partner. What's up, Justin? What's up,
What,
Blake?
what
What's
up,
up?
Bo?
What's
Glad to
up?
be on for week number 2. Excited about what
Yeah,
we're going to talk about.
yeah. How you been? How you been, Blake?
Man, I'm good, man. Got a dead period this week, so I get an opportunity to come a little home a little earlier, and
Yeah,
get some sleep, and get back in that playbook and get by myself and get locked in.
yeah. So you went to new school. How that been going for you?
Man, it's good, man. This is going on I think I started this journey like August 15th, so I'm close to a year, man, of being in a different transition of life, and I'm excited about it, man. Like I learned so much in this first year, and I'm excited to see what was to come in my second year.
Cool. What's up, Justin? How you been?
Man, I'm
Even though I
good,
saw
man.
you yesterday.
I know. Been a while, hasn't it?
It's been a crazy couple hours, huh?
Crazy couple hours. Learned some things, grew a little bit, It
Yeah.
all worked out pretty good.
Oh, that's nice.
Always glad to be back with you guys. Feel like I
Yeah,
learn something every time when I'm on screen with you guys.
Yeah. That's good to know. We'll have to have you on here more often.
All right, cool. I want to know what's going on with Chris. Chris, what you got going on, brother?
Not
Never
much
stop
working,
working, do
man.
you?
Never stop. Ain't no such thing in the man's world.
All right, good deal. Man, hey, everybody right now who's watching, I want y'all to do us a huge favor. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you're in the chat, man. Let us know you're here. Show us some love tonight. That's what keeps us going. This show's about you. So let us include you if you're watching the replay. Get in the comment section and let us know what you thought about what these gentlemen have to say tonight. Man,
Yeah.
I'm excited. Bo, go ahead and lead us off, and I'm anxious to hear what Chris has
I'm
got for us.
gonna let Blake lead it off for us.
Oh, okay.
okay, yeah, for sure, man. The guy we got, man, my man Chris, we got him in the building. We want to just piggyback off of your great story from last time, man, and I just hear your story last week, bro. It gave me something to take back to my kids, to let them know that any obstacle that you go through in life or any situation that you going through, you can always overachieve it. But it's all in the mindset of how you approach each situation. So I think the last question I had asked you was making that transition from quarterback to linebacker. Because I know me, at Bama, I played 5 different positions, but a lot of people don't really know about that transition of taking that whole summer, transition your body to a whole different athlete, getting used to hitting, hitting and hitting every play at that. Can you just tell us about like how the adversity from when the moment that your coach told you that you probably need to look for a different position, or when you decided that you wanted to go? I mean, I don't fully know your this story, and I don't want to be wrong about my word choices, but when you made that transition, how was the adversity, and from the point of the adversity hit you to the point of like your success?
For me, it was more so of a. I don't know. I just felt like once he told me he wanted me to play quarterback, instead of DB. Obviously, I walked into Indiana as a defensive back
Mm.
in 2014, and then during fall camp, just tossing the ball around and just fooling around with a couple of my teammates, and my coach, he liked it. He like, man, you slinging it. Why don't you take a couple of dropbacks for me right quick? And I took it upon myself to do whatever he told me to do at that moment in time. And next thing you know, I was a quarterback. And I say it's about 2 weeks left in the fall camp of my freshman year in college. And I just took it all in, man, and I just went full force. Obviously, the mental stage and everything had to flip. You know what I'm saying? It was a big change. Physically, I don't think it was a change for me because I'm always trying to build and stay strong, keep my body right. So I don't think, as far as physical, I don't think it was a much different. But mentally, man, it was definitely a big change, definitely a big switch, because I had to know what was going to happen before it even happened half of the time. You know what I mean? So quarterback, man, is definitely a different stage. Definitely your team's on your back. It's a different environment. And when I took upon the challenge, man, I was backing up Nate Sutfield at the time, who's now still in the league. I'm not sure who he's backing up right now, but Nate Sutfield was the quarterback at the time, and he had went down with a bad shoulder injury in the Iowa game of 2014. So I had to come in, and like I said, my first play of the game, man, Tevin Coleman took it like 70 yards to the crib. First play of the
Yeah.
game, I'm at quarterback. I hand the ball off. Tevin Coleman goes 70 yards, man. All the juice is flowing. All the juice is flowing. We wind up losing that game. And I had wind up tearing my ACL, which I finished the whole game and everything. Didn't notice I tore my ACL until I had some soreness after the game. So the next morning, I went and got an MRI. They told me, hey man, your knee is your ACL is out of there. So from there, I had some time to think, and this was around October of 14, and I had from October to around January to decide whether I was gonna go back to quarterback or stay home at my defensive position. And I think the reason why I stayed home on the defensive side of the ball is because that was my first mind when I came into there. So I'm like, I should have never switched my mind up. That's probably why, I had this setback, because I wasn't supposed to be here. No way. And that was the kind of adversity I faced it, as far as recovering and getting back to who I wanted to be, as far as my leg strength and things like that, man. It was hard, especially my first year. Them first 9 months. They think, oh, after 9 months you're healthy. No, you're not. Man, you need a I believe you need a full year, almost year and a half on the ACL for full rehabilitation. To get that thing back rolling the way it's supposed to be. And so I took it out of my own hands, just to go back to the defensive side of the ball. The coaches loved it. They always behind me on my decision. Went back to the defensive side of the ball. Obviously, I did my thing the last couple of years I was there on the defensive side of the ball, with getting drafted in the 6th round by the Cowboys. And the adversity I say the biggest adversity for me was just mentally getting back to that stage to where I know I could be one of the best linebackers in the nation, in the Big Ten. You know what I'm saying? And it was challenging for me because, man, I had just came off an ACL injury my high school year. So I tore my ACL twice within 12 months. So it was a big battle for me to get back in. But I took the time out, did what I was supposed to do, and here I am today.
Awesome. And Chris, this kind of ties into the theme of what you wanted to talk about this week, and the adversity, that side of things. And you told me word for word you want to focus on God, how He truly blesses you, but also puts a test in front of you to see how much you want it. Now,
Sir.
A lot of times we'll send up prayers saying, I want this. I want God to send me a good woman. I want God to allow me to be the best player, blessed athlete, millionaire. But a lot of times we don't really understand, are we willing to do the things it takes to get what we're praying for? And a lot of times that doesn't just involve doing the work, doing the rehab, as you were talking about. It's also about enduring the trials, because there's a lot of things that God is teaching you through those trials. So can you kind of pick up on that? Because right now we're in a microwave society where a lot of athletes and people in general think that they can just put their prayer, in a Amazon shopping cart. They just drop it in, and it's free shipped right to them without any kind of cost involved. Well,
Right.
there's not free shipping when it comes to getting what it is you're praying for. So if you kind of lead off with that, and then Blake and Bo, if you can kind of tie in, what you've experienced that kind of falls in line with this.
Yeah, for sure, man. Like I said, I'm a man of God myself. I have a couple testimonies I can speak on. But for one, as far as being one of the best linebackers, when I was in high school, maybe a freshman, my freshman year of high school, my mom had told me to write on a piece of paper what I wanted to be in life, who I wanted to be, what I wanted to do. She just told me to write it down. I said I wanted to go to the NFL. I said I wanted a car, SRT, and I wrote all that stuff down. And through college, I had to battle through adversity to get those things. Through life, through it all. I had to continue to battle every day, every week, every month. It's always a test, and God's gonna put it in front of you. And how I handled my test was talking to Him every day, asking Him what I needed, what He needed from me, asking Him to guide me, asking Him to lead the way, because He is the only way. He is why you woke up this morning. He is the reason for everything. You know what I mean? So I God's asking, and not giving and putting in work and putting in the time to thank Him in advance, to thank Him for what He's done already. That's extremely, extremely important. Like I said, I wanted the SRT on my on a paper when my mom told me to write it down. I said I wanted an SRT, man, and I spent my whole high school and college career looking for a car. Whole high school, hey man, can I get this car? And some always happening. And my first car after I got to the NFL was an SRT. My first car. I never had a car. The first car I purchased was the SRT, the same car I wrote on the paper that my mom told me to write on when I was a freshman in high school.
It's cold.
That's cool.
And I could never forget that. I wrote on the paper I wanted to be in NFL. I was drafted by the Cowboys in the 6th round. Tremendously blessed. Everything I asked for on that piece of paper, I'm pretty sure I got it. Now I gotta write down some new goals. You know what I mean? Like
No.
I gotta come up with something else because He done gave it to me already. Now I gotta figure something else out. You know what I mean? So when it comes to God, I'm the biggest testament. I'm all for Him. And just want these athletes out here to know that He's all for you as well. And He can get you anything you want as long as you're working for it.
Right.
It's cold. Judge, you can't expect us to go after that, no.
I know it's hard to follow up on that, man.
But just to pick off what he said, for real, man, like everything he said is true to the T. I think what we mess up on a lot is that, and it goes up under the conversation of social media. Everything ain't got to be blasted on social media. Accept your blessing quietly, because when we get hurt, who's the first person? What's the first words we use? Oh God,
Yeah,
help me, God. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta understand. We gotta understand the person that runs everything, man, because the blessing can be so big, but the way that you disrespect it, your next blessing can be so small. You don't understand it.
True. Understand what you're saying, now, Blake. That's a great point.
Appreciate you.
Well, that's a great way to put it. But yeah, man. Well, adversity, man. I think I've been fighting adversity all my life as well. Especially with the injury that I've been dealt with. ACL in the 9th grade. Well, no, ankle in the 9th grade, ACL in the 10th grade. Ankle again in the 11th grade, and knee again in my 12th grade. Yeah. So
It's flip flop.
it's just like each year you were learning something new that that you felt that God was putting in front of your face. You know what I mean? And it was like, for an example, when I got to Alabama, I tore my ACL, which is that was the second time, but it was on the different leg, on the opposite leg. And I think that God gave me that injury because of, to show me like who really in my corner. You know what I mean? It's because it's like when you get injured, yeah, you have people say this and that, but how many people are really with you on that journey? How many people are really calling and checking up on you, making sure that you're going to therapy, taking you to therapy? Like for an example, my boy Real Shaq, I had torn ACL, wanted to go over to Petway House, and he like, all right, cool. So when we go over here, every commercial break, you gonna do leg raises. So I'm like, all right, cool. So every commercial break, he had me doing leg raises, and it's like the things you do on the outside of rehab is what makes you better, because of when you go into rehab, yeah, that's the time you're supposed to go. It's already set up. But when you do the extra work, is when you get better, is when you come to find yourself and what type of person that you are. Like, I think is when you do that on your own, like rehabbing on your own, and it can be the same thing as you were doing at rehab, but doing it at home. It's the simple fact of you not doing it when you're supposed to, is that you making time for it. If that makes sense.
And kids, no, you're right. And kids got to understand, family, is that when you go through adversity, you knock down for that time, you got to understand the moment you decide to get up, man, that's when that character is being built.
Oh, yeah.
You feel me? That's when it's being built, because that's why, and I speak of Alabama, man, because I ain't have no big injury until I got to Bama. You feel what I'm saying? So like, the fact though, like I heard, like, Bo, you probably heard this story too. Like somebody, Brian Vogler told me. He said, man, a lot of people was kind of shaky about Jake Coker, but when it came to that Texas A&M game, he made that run down the sideline, ran dude over. Yeah. Everybody was there like, bro, that's our quarterback, bro.
Yeah.
That's our quarterback. You feel me? So like that's like the adversity, bro. You coming back from somebody that you fought in a competition with. You came back. A lot of people wonder if you're gonna be able to do what you need to do to win it, or do what you need to do. And the man came back, man. He faced that adversity, and that showed the character that he had, bro. And that's the main reason I was happy that Jake Coker won him a natty, bro.
Yeah. Jake Coker was a dog, man. I was there with Jake. And he was a dog. That dude was a dog, man. He was just a professional all over around at practice. And I think Jake Coker still owe me, like, well, when I say owe me, like, I really owe him, because of what I did to him, like in the shower, how you take the head off the shower and it just water just pour out. So, everybody used to want to get that one, but, when you turn the hot water on that Bama, it'll get so hot, it'll burn you,
Yeah.
So I was on the one. So I saw him like, because I'm done now. So I turned the water all the way hot. So like, I'm up under there and he see me, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Once I felt it getting steam hot, I got from underneath him. Like, there you go, Jake. You know what I'm saying? So he wouldn't go get the shower and burn it. He like, oh, you fucker, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, man, that boy Jake, boy, I used to love that voice, man.
He was like, I'm gonna get you back. A few weeks later, we in the training room. So like, this when the massage gun very first came out. And then we had the one that spin, you know what I'm saying? So basically, like, you sitting on your skin and it's supposed to roll over, but it don't supposed to actually spin. But if you take it off, it'll actually spin, you know what I'm saying? So if it get caught on the shirt, it'll roll up the shirt, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I told Muscle, who is actually a doctor right now, I told him to like put it on Jake Coker back. He had his shirt on. So I pointed at like, I was like, dude, I like put it on Jake. So like, he put it on Jake, boy. It's like it pinched his skin because he rolled it up with the shirt. You know what I'm saying? And it was on his back.
I know he was mad.
Yeah, he mad. So I owe him. See, he owed me for that too as well. But the thing is, he never got me back. So it's like, damn, like
That's the stuff you miss, bro. That's the stuff I miss about playing football. Just the connection, the chemistry, the memories that you make. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't trying to get off topic though.
No, that's a good story.
I thought you were finna go. I'm ready to listen to you.
Yeah. That's what I was just saying. Like, bro, that's one thing I just miss, bro. Like I talk to my high school players all the time, bro. Take advantage of this opportunity, cause like it's so many people that wish they can go back to college, bro. I'd love to go back to my high school. Shout out to Gainesville High School, Red Elephant. You feel me? We went to state last year, but we didn't win it. But we back this year.
Back to high school.
Hey,
I definitely would love to go back to high school.
Come on, man. What about you, Chris?
No responsibility.
Chris, would you go back and play for your high school?
Say that again.
I said, would you go back and play for your high school?
Hell yeah, because I was that nigga over there.
Out the gate.
Like I said, my high school, man, I had like maybe 400 students.
Oh, wow.
Man, I probably had like 50 some people in my graduating class. And there probably was 30 at the most on the football team.
Oh, wow.
I played both ways, 4 years.
Man, I think we had some classes with 400 people at Bama.
Right. My graduating class was 400.
Oh, we had no school in one class, boy.
And
that's something else.
When I first got to the high school, we was in 2A. When I left, we was in a 5A. And we still only got like 400, 500 students.
So, Chris, my next question is, my boy. My next question is, when you got to Indiana, was you like this? So many people.
What you mean? What you mean?
Like I'm saying, though, like you gotta think about you in a bigger classroom.
Huge, yeah.
You feel me? And more people, like male and female. You feel me? You got the. It's probably a whole different culture.
No, I felt like I was being spoiled at Indiana because everything was different. Like Indiana was the only school I had took official visit to. Well, not the only school, the only Big Ten school, I would say. The only Big Ten school I took an official visit to. And man, there was so much love because it was everything I never seen before. You know, coming from where I'm coming from, everything that I'm seeing, I ain't never seen before. And probably ain't gonna see before. You know what I'm saying? Unless I'm going to one of these colleges. So for me, that's why it was so easy for me to commit to Indiana because I'm seeing things I've never seen before. I'm seeing guys in college preparing for the pro. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, okay, come on, that's easy. You know what I'm saying? Because coming from where I come from, you don't get that opportunity all the time.
Right.
That's crazy. So, Chris, this is my last question, man. I'm going to let my boys take over. Give me one game that you wish you could just have back or you wish you could play in again because you just went crazy. So, look. One game you wish you could have back that you probably lost or it was just a play that you wish you could change or give me a game that, like, you was just going crazy. You were like, I'd love to live that moment again.
Man, so 20...
Man, we lost him.
I was
excited.
Can y'all hear me?
Oh,
yeah.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
So it was 2017. We was at Michigan State. 2017 was at Michigan State. I think we was up by 3 points, 2 or 3
Is it
points.
snowing?
No, but it's cold as hell. It ain't snowing, but it's cold as hell in the Big Ten in November. And man, we like I said, we was winning by 2. I'm talking about we had never beat Michigan. Indiana had never won on the road against Michigan State ever.
Yeah, let that story be long.
4th down, 4th and 10, 4th and 12. You know, we pretty comfortable with the situation we in because if we stop them right here, the game is over with. It must have been a miscommunication between the players and the coaches as far as the signal. You know, the coaches said they signaled one thing, the players said they seen another, and the Michigan State had winded up converting the 4th down. Mind you, I got 3-4 tackles for loss. I got about 13, 14 tackles. I'm doing my thing. We beat Michigan State on the road. You know what I'm saying? And I'm smacking them, sending dudes flying. You know what I'm saying? Man, they get the first down. So everybody like, man, like what's going on? They get the first down. They drive the ball. They wind up winning the game on that drive. Man, I was sick because we would have changed. I feel like we would have changed Indiana forever with that moment right there. Because like I said, man, we had the games in our hand and we just let it go. We just said forget it. I don't know. Like I said, it was a miscommunication between the coaches, and that moment it still hurt to this day because we knew we had that game in the bag. All it was a miscommunication between the coaches and the players.
Did you learn anything in that game that helped you later on in your life right now?
Oh yeah. Never think you got it. Make sure you got it.
No.
Never think you got it. Make sure you got it.
Okay. My boy talking. I don't know where you just went, my boy, but that just changed up.
I feel like we need to hear that again.
Yeah. You want me to ask the question first? You want me to ask the question first? For sure.
What play you wish that you can get back, Blake? What play you'll go back to if you could? Or game?
A play that I can get back, man.
Oh. Didn't pay his minutes.
Hey, man. I don't want to hear no fans say nothing about this when I say it.
Oh, Lord, I think I know what it is. Go ahead.
Fourth quarter, Ohio State. Fool. I roll out to the right, bro. I roll out to the right, see trick play, see OJ wide open. Oh yeah. I see the safety in the corner and the linebacker. I'm thinking I could float over the linebacker into OJ hand, bro. If I would have just looked to the left of D White by himself. By himself, bro, doing like this. Bo, if I show you the play, Bo, you gonna say I'm the reason we lost. And that's exactly why I told everybody that I'm the reason we lost.
No, bro,
I get that play back. Bo, I get that play back. Get what? We down by 2.
Yeah.
and you know what we do after that? Here we go win us another one, please.
Yeah.
But Blake, answer the question. Why we stopped running the ball?
Man, because Lane Kiffin wanted Amari Cooper to stand up on that podium and say, I appreciate Lane Kiffin for drawing all these plays up for me. And da-da-da-da-da.
Hey, the fans don't blame you for that game at all.
Yeah, man, that game, bro, it was just like I can't say I completely understand what Kiffin is doing, but I feel like at that time, I can't believe I'm saying this. At that time, I feel like Ohio State was the first team that year that knew exactly what to do to stop us and had the ability to stop us. Because LSU ran the same defense, Auburn ran the same defense, and Texas A&M and Florida ran the same defense. And the team that ran the same defense, we went over 300 yards on every team. But Ohio State, man, they had them Bosa. I knew he was first round.
There you go, Blake. Van, I don't blame Blake for the Ohio State game. I just appreciate what he did for the school and the fans. Real fans don't blame players.
I appreciate that, Van, for sure, man. I appreciate that. That's that game right there, man. I just wish I could take back, man. I would rather lose in the championship than lose that game, man. Cause it just.
On the flip side, what positive did you take that made a difference later in life?
The positive I took, man, was as much as you go through bad things, man, you got to soak in the good. You got to soak in the good, man, because we focus so much on the bad things and what we don't have that we lose our blessings, that sometimes we don't understand what's at the end of the tunnel. You know, like me at Bama, man, I'm sitting here in front of you telling. I didn't think I was gonna have the season I had. I knew what I was capable of doing, but you go 4 years and things going just one way and the same thing being told to you. You just, you know what I'm saying? You just go out there, but when you out there, man, you just another adversity. You feel me? Man, I used to like a lot of things, but proving people wrong, man, that's my number one thing right now.
Love it.
Love it. I'm talking about, you know that look, Bo. You said what?
Yeah.
Coming in, my boy. You said we're gonna do what? Okay, wait till next week. Wait till we do next week.
So
I think the perfect way to describe those first few years of your time there was God saying, "Not now, but soon."
Right.
Not now does not mean no, never. He was
Well, and then Justin, the backup on my story is that when I remember I said earlier that sometimes God blesses you, but sometimes we don't take notice of them blessings, and God will take it right up from under your feet. Because I wasn't supposed to be at Bama till the whole next year. I was at East Mississippi, waiting on Clearhouse. You know what I'm saying? And so I was waiting on Clearhouse, and Clearhouse cleared me 2 minutes before the deadline. And I went to Bama. When I went to Bama, man, I wasn't focused. Like my man Chris, I'm at a bigger school. I ain't never seen girls with grills. Them girls don't do that in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? I'm hearing Boosie going crazy. I started being a Boosie fan, you know. I'm on all this new. So like my mind wasn't where it's supposed to be. But I would. Yeah, I mean, it turned me up, man. Turned me up. I came back to the A, my OGs, like, hold on, my boy. You need to stay in the A a little bit longer. They done turned you different up there. But yeah, man, but I got another opportunity, bro. And that was that second opportunity to change my life. And that's why I say, bro, when you going through your whatever it is, enjoy the process. Because you have a positive mindset because the power of the tongue. You know what I'm saying? What I mean by the power of the tongue, whatever you put in this universe and whatever you put in your mind, that's what's going to happen. But if you sit there, you sit through that whole process, just, don't want to be ready. Like for example, Bo, man. Bo, he got injured. You feel me? But he was ready to go crazy at Bama. People posting him crazy. He hurt. We just waiting on Bo. But you don't think Bo would have been out there and go crazy if his mind wasn't ready? Like, man, Coach Saban don't love me. Coach Saban lied to me, man. I'm about to worry about going to a different school.
Right.
Like, he wasn't talking like that. He's sitting there, man, God got me. God don't need me on the field right now. The people ain't ready to see me yet. That's why I used to say to myself, it's all good, Blake. The people ain't ready to see you yet. It ain't your time. Because you got to understand everybody's story touches somebody else and makes them, like, you touch everybody, bro. You touch everybody. Like, I didn't know how many people I touched. You know what I'm saying? Like, I went to Frisco this weekend. Saw somebody, an Alabama fan, they came to me. They was like, Blake, I can see how much you love the game, and I appreciate you being a hero to my son. Like, that bigger than any touchdown. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it reminds me, like, later on in life, like, this is why you push so you can have these results.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So if you can relive one game, which game would it be?
Florida, baby.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Oh,
Florida.
man.
Give me that Florida.
Yes.
Give me that Florida or that West Virginia.
I knew you were gonna say that because the first play you throw that down to Kenyon Drake.
Yeah. Hey, that's a moment you gotta understand that I'm coming off my first start. I can't get my mind right for the first start. I'm shaking. I'm thinking Saban gonna just be like, Coker.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Coker. And you gotta think about we in my city, and I done heard about 20 tickets.
Right.
Like, can't come in my city, bro. And just Saban just Coker. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that just took all the air out of my chest. Cause you know, me as a young kid, like I'm walking around like, man, come on, be the quarterback.
Right.
And then also thinking like, I'm gonna walk around campus, man. Like, damn, Blake, we thought you were gonna be the quarterback, bro. You know what I'm saying? So like to go through all that, bro, and then Coach Saban. So like that whole game is just being perfect, putting guys in the right position to execute plays. Make sure I'm trying to make saving happen instead of worry about making my players happy. You know what I'm saying? Instead of making my teammates happy, having a conversation with my teammate instead of going to Christian, going to Cool, or them boy asking like, "Hey, what do y'all see? I know we complete that one route, but shoot, how could I throw it different? Like D White hurt his shoulder. Dang, D White, how could I throw it different to, like, you know what I'm saying, make it better? But I'm always looking at saving like, that was that good, coach? That was good. That was good. You know what I'm saying? Like, or I'm looking at his expression to see if he about to coach one more. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm seeing that, all that. But then he talked to me before the second game, and he was just like, what do I need to do to get you going? Because before he called it up the fast-paced offense, he used to call it the hurry up. Do we need to do that hurry up thing for you? Like, what do we need to do? And I was like, Coach, take me out the huddle, baby. Like, put me into the line, let me go. That's, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't the type of quarterback to go up in there and give you a whole paragraph and say ready break. That wasn't me. So that Florida game, man, and throwing that ball, man, that was that moment where that's the moment where, like, outside people looking at you, I've been doing this. But on the inside bar, middle finger here, middle finger there, screaming, like, you know what I'm saying? And like, come on. Like, don't play me. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't play me. I've been doing this. I just been doing it at practice.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that my time, that Florida game, man, for real.
But didn't you tell Lane Kiffin it's time to go? Give me that green light. Let's go fast.
Yeah. But like, well, I'll say it happened when it happened after that play, because that play would have never happened if Lane didn't whistle. So that's how the whistle started.
Oh yeah.
That's how the whistle started. I was about to miss it. Like, me and Drake was on the same page, but I ain't built that confidence with Lane and Saban yet. So when he did it, I looked at him and he whistled. And when he whistled, he gave me the little signal like that. I looked out there and I was like, it was like a trailer of my movie just went across my face real quick. Oh, I'm about to live. Let's go. Because, like, if you look at the video, I didn't read nothing. I ain't look at the safety. I ain't looking to the other side. I knew where I was going the whole time.
On the ball was snap, you threw it.
Yeah. But, like, you know, I got a question for y'all, though. I used to hate this, but do you know how does it make you feel when people come up to you and be like, how did you know to do that spin move at that moment? Or how was you able to throw that ball? Like, I used to hate that. I used to be like, do I tell them my eyes were closed and I just, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, do you hit them with the conversation like, God did. Tell me, bro, like, what you say, bro?
Man, I used to always say, I really don't even remember. Stuff used to happen on the field that I didn't remember that I did until I watched the film. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I used to go back and watch the film. I used to be like, damn, I did that. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, for example, like the LSU game on 4th and 2 or something like that, 4th and 3 when we did the toss. I didn't know I stealthed over Magnum and, you know, got on down, balled it in the sticks and did what I did until I saw the film. And I saw the film, I'm like, damn, you know, I didn't even know I did all that.
I did great. I ain't gonna lie.
Especially how you run over. Like, what do you mean? Just run, you know, Lord.
I know. Because you might be looking that way, and then the cat that you just embarrassed, you didn't even see him. You just like, oh. Because people don't understand the hits that you don't tense up for, them be the hits that you really late.
Right.
Yeah. You know, but when you tense up, that hit ain't going to be as strong. You know, it's like a car wreck. It's just like a car wreck. You know what I'm saying?
You dictate the violence at that point.
Yeah. Because like, I'm just saying in Bo's defense, right? Think about it. He could be going. He could see 2 players coming to hit him. He just get ready to close his eyes. He might take 3 more steps or go 3 more yards and be like, hold up. I know I'm supposed to be hit or down. And he open his eye and all he see is daylight. And he And then the announcer's like, "Oh, buses out the crowd! Oh my God! Did you see how he made them two hit each other?" And you like, my eye was closed, fool. Like,
Then you got
you know what I'm saying?
Eli Gold screaming.
Right.
Hey, Chris, you on here?
Yeah, I'm in here. You can't hear me?
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
yeah, we were just talking, fool. We just waiting on you to get right. Is there any play that, like, you know, a fan has came and asked you, like, how'd you make that play, or but you knew inside, deep down, that like I was just telling them, shoot, I know my eyes have been closed on some runs, and I just open and I just see the end zone.
Blake, I know you know best. When you're sitting in the pocket, you feeling good, everything going good. You got a go ball on the outside. You got your big boy coming right at you. You just throw it up. It feel good coming off your fingers, Blake. It feel good, but you get hit hard. Boom. You get hit hard. Boom. Blake, half of the time, I don't know where the ball end at. I don't know where the ball be ending up at. All I hear is cheering or all.
Yeah. We don't see the cat. That's all we hear. We look at the ear hole.
That's all, man. Them be the plays for me. They be like, man, how you make that throw? I be like, man, I really just threw it up. I ain't gonna tell you I threw it up. I probably say something slick like, man, God is good.
You should have just said, I'm him.
But hey, but a lot of people don't know, man. Chris built confidence.
Yeah,
he built confidence doing that too. For sure, man.
That's what the game really all played on, was confidence. Really, you just have to be confident in yourself. Confident in yourself, like betting on yourself, like betting on yourself, like you knowing that you can get the job done. You gonna go out there and get the job done, or you gonna get your ass laid out.
Yeah,
you gonna be embarrassed. You know what I'm saying?
Playing around.
I always tell myself I gotta hit them before they hit me. So I gotta give you a whole load. I gotta give you the whole load the first play. I'm gonna put all my weight on you. And like, tell you, I can do this all night. Can you? You know what I'm saying? You know what I tell them? I can do this all night. About the time the fourth quarter comes, you ain't gonna want to do this no more.
No, going the other way, my boy.
I'm gonna lean on you all night.
That's crazy.
All night.
So, Bo, I know y'all was at the Cowboys together. You know I gotta push that button. What's going on in Team Run period?
Oh, tell them, Chris. Tell them when we was in camp and they had put me with the ones going against the ones.
Yeah.
That's what they wanted Bo to do. They wanted Bo to put his shoulder in somebody's chest.
Yeah,
that's what they wanted him to do.
Touchdown.
Yeah, just like that.
Come on now. You know what to say.
Hey, you ain't gonna play, man. You ain't gonna play. But I think you the only person to have an A glove and put it in front of Tennessee fans' face.
What you mean on the only one that got the A glove?
You know what I'm saying? I think you the first one to do that with the A gloves.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
yeah. I had that move in the pocket for a little. I had it in my pocket for a little minute. All my TDs before that, I couldn't bring it out then, you know what I'm saying? Because it was like I would either fall in there or it was a crowd going in there, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't no open space where I'm at the back of the end zone, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was a perfect moment. My plan was to not put it in his face, you know what I'm like, not actually get that close to his face. But the plan was to show him that, because you know how the A's back then was different, you know what I'm saying? Like we had the A in there with the hound tooth A, you know, but you can't see that unless you looking at it. You know what I'm saying? Like you can tell like we got the A in there, but you won't know that the hound tooth until you look inside the glove. You're like, oh, that's different. Then especially when we had the glitter up on there. Oh my God. You know?
Yeah.
Oh my God. It was just different. So yeah, man, that moment right there, yeah, Coach Saban chewed my ass out, dog. He chewed me out so bad that when we got to the meeting room, Coach Burns ain't even say nothing.
Coach Saban choose you good then.
Real good.
Hey, he made you do one of them right here. But you know, he ain't even like, because it's 100 of us up out there. He don't even know where you at. You know what I'm saying? He don't even know where you at. So everybody should know he's talking about you because he's on the good, bad, and ugly. You know. So it's like everybody know he's talking about me. So ain't nobody saying nothing. You know, like he just ran. Like I think at the end somebody started laughing or something. But man,
Before I ask my last question, since you have that clothing line, Bo, what are the chances of getting that image on a T-shirt?
That's easy.
Ooh,
That would be
that's
sold
big.
out as soon as it drops.
Yeah.
Hey, Justin just put $1 million in your pocket, fool.
I hope so.
I'm telling you, man, as soon as you let that drop, fans are gonna buy it up.
No, for sure.
But my last question, Bo, you kind of inspired that because I was watching you on the sidelines this past weekend being hurt, and I think as we're talking about faith and talking about overcoming adversity, our faith is tested, but I think also so is our stewardship. What are we doing with the gifts that God has given us? As far as, are we, even though we're hurt, are we investing our gifts of time? Are we investing our gifts of leadership? Are you investing in your teammates, pouring in your teammates, even though you can't go? You're making sure they can go. You're pouring life into them. Like I said, you're a perfect example of that this past weekend. But guys, can you talk about how important that is, even though you can't go, to make sure your guys, your fellows, your brothers can go?
Well, it's one of those things where if you into it, it's like if the person in your position doing good, you doing good. You know what I'm saying? It makes you feel good because you're like, damn, that's our group, And Blake, you know how to run it back, bro. It's on a small handful of us, and it's us against everybody. They don't never include us in anything. It's always receiving quarterbacks, and they don't never include the running back. So it's like Derrick Henry came up with the phrase that we all we got, and it's like, so when I'm on the sideline, it's like I'm the one that's subbing these guys in. You know what I'm saying? So it give you that feeling like you still in the game because you have this say so of when to tell someone when to go in the game. Like, and it's the love that you got to have for it, and, to be in the game. And for me, it's like what I know and what I see is what I tell them, and they like, they like that. They love it. Like sooner they come to the sideline, it's iPad, and we're gonna watch the film, and I'm gonna ask them like, man, what you see right here? Like, you think you can get outside, inside? Boom. I said, boom. I would have went inside because look at you see his numbers. Like, your guy showing you his numbers, so cut it up, And they like, I bet, and they go out there and they do exactly what you say, and they get a big run or they score, and it's like all us cheering as a group because we sitting there as a group watching it, and when we make these adjustments, these guys go out there and capitalize on it, and it's like, and your coach is in the press box. He have no idea. I mean, he watching you, but you have no idea that he's watching you. It's just crazy. Like you got to have the love for the game, and you got to be in the game. It's like when you hurt and can't go, it's saddening. Like it's like you leaving the boys on the battlefield and can't even shoot your gun. So you got to be that guy that doesn't have a gun that go out there and patch everybody up as they, what I'm saying, as they start to drop. Now you got to pick them up, put that morphine in, and tell them let go. And that's the type of battlefield that you really playing on when it comes to that, being hurt and being in the game. Yeah, it's a strong. You got to have a strong mind and do, but you also got to. You got to have a strong mind and do it, but you also got to be in love with what you're doing. Like, you got to know that I love this shit. Like,
yeah.
Like, I'm gonna give them what I know and what I see and what I feel. And it's like when you say it and they listen and they do it, it make you even happy because you're like, I know what the fuck I'm talking about, because they do it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, but they are grown man and well, but it's like it's different when someone else sees it from what you see. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's why when we come to the sideline, we always hut up and like, hey, we see this. You know what I'm saying? This is the adjustment we're gonna do. Instead of doing this, we're gonna do that. Instead of cutting up early, we're gonna haul that to the outside, make them overplay it, then cut it back underneath, cut it back behind the defensive end or behind the tackle that, because the end may have to contain on that play. And that the end is free, but he doing what? Playing the quarterback. So you got the free lane to cut it up right behind the 3 technique. And and another thing, you gotta know football as well. Like if you don't know if you don't know what you're talking about, then what's how someone gonna listen to you? If you don't know what type of defense they in, you don't know what you don't know what they plans. Like, how can you make those adjustments on the sideline if you don't know football or love it?
Most definitely.
What you think, Chris?
I don't think you can make no adjustments or no nothing if you don't love it. I mean, that, like Bo said, this is a passionate game. This is hey, I'm gonna be here all night. You gonna be here all night too. Just like Bo said, this is it's more. You got to dig deeper to play football. You just can't be out there walking around thinking you cool and this gonna be easy. No, it's 21 other grown men on that floor that's ready to prove something, and they got God behind them, and that's ready to step just like you is. So you got to find that edge. You're going to have to do something.
Mm-hmm.
You can't walk out there without talking to God first. You can't walk out there without listening to that trap music that you need to get you lit up. You know what I'm saying? You got to do something. You got to build that edge. You got to do something, man. And that's what it's all about, man. I can't play that game. I wouldn't. That's one thing. That's another thing. That's one reason why I love to play defensive side of the ball, because I felt a little free. I felt like I could express my emotions a little bit more. I felt like I can, if I wanted to. At quarterback, you got to keep your composure. You gotta stay right there on that thin line, not too high, not too low. But when you're on that defensive side of the ball, you can let it out. You can let it all out.
And maybe before God delivers you out of your storm, He wants to see if you can pull somebody out of theirs.
Exactly.
What you think about it, Blake? What'd you say?
Man, I think it's just the way you carry yourself. Like what type of hat you walking in the building with. Like, what's your body language? Because I think, like, when you come out there, you know what I'm saying, your mind ain't right, and you come out there with a bad body language, they already gonna know that you know what I'm saying? Like while you playing, if you acting a certain way, and then you get hurt, and you come out there like with a hat on, some shades, you feel me? Trying to like act like you superstar, you bigger than the group. And them boys ain't gonna listen to you, man. They gonna be like, man, he was just flies, he was just doing all that because he been playing. Now he ain't playing, he the big dog. Now we need him. He ain't willing to step up and be the leader that we looking for him to be.
Right.
So I feel like you gotta come out there, man. When you come out there and you
don't mention them shades.
So what?
Don't mention them shades. I be wearing those shades. Don't mention those shades.
Oh well, no, man, no. I'm just, but everybody might know that's you though. You feel? You probably wear them shades everywhere.
Hey, it's fine if it's you. Everybody know they teammates now. Everybody know. Hey man, you joking around or you for real?
Right.
Yeah, they know it's you. They know if you coming in there upset because you ain't playing or you scared somebody gonna take your position.
Right.
Well, you know what I'm saying? You hurt, and you know that if Big Dog have 4-5 touchdowns, you might be number 2 the next week. Or when like, don't come in there with that hatred, man. Come in there like, hey, man, y'all boy a ball so I can play in this championship when I come back.
Man.
You
said. But, yeah, man, we're going to move into the close segment, man, and we're going to go around the room and ask the guys what they got going on and what they got coming up. And, Blake, I like to start with you for some reason, so I'm going to let you do
Out the gate, man. Mount Belter, man. Mount Belter Christian Academy. I finally brought some gear on the screen, Mount Belter Christian Academy and also Mount Belter Church. It's two separated business, but I'm coaching for Mount Belter Christian Academy, and we got a lot of good things coming up. June 9th, we'll have a Friday Night Lights. We'll have like a 7-on-7 type atmosphere, but we're going to have it under the lights, and we're going to have all the fans out there. We're having everybody in the community to come watch us play and see what we got coming up in store here in the future. And we got summer workouts, man. Yeah.
When's the workout start?
On
June.
the 5th. On the 5th, yeah. And you know, I'm coming in there with that Scott Cochran energy. You know.
Yeah.
And see, you know, I see it
You
for
gonna do it every day, though. Let me see you gonna do it every day.
that and see, look, I'm gonna go see that like
team. Go to start something not finishing, man.
You're right though. See, that's the thing about being a coach. Who you are the first day, you gotta be there every day, fool. And I'm also learning, bro, you cannot bring work home.
Right.
Not bring work home, man. So whoever you is, so now I kind of like been changing my nickname up. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm Blake Sin when I go to work. I'm sick when I come home. You know what I'm saying? I'm sick when I come home, man. You know, I gotta let the hair down, yell a little bit, talk my little slang. You know, I'm over there, guys. Let's pay attention. Pay attention.
The private Christian school talk.
Oh my God.
You know, John 3:16, guys. We gotta live by that at all times. So you know, I'll be like, do you think Joseph, when God told Joseph to go fight them guys, or he told Moses to believe in him and he'll part the Red Sea? Do you think they want to listen? No, but what they do, they listen to him. Because God is your coach, and Joseph was all them was the players, and I'm God right now.
Did you give him a little bit of TD Jakes when you said that?
Man, a little something, man. Look, I was more Bobby Williams.
Bobby Williams, Pastor Bobby.
But yeah, you gonna mix Bobby and Coach Burns up.
Yeah, I'm mixing it all up, man. I'm mixing it all up. With Lil Lane chemical. I like to be fly.
Yeah. You throw that clipboard up like Lane?
Yeah. I got the clipboard, all that. I got the water for my hair, game day. All that, man.
What about you, Justin? What you got?
Man, just promoting this great channel, which I want to remind everybody to hit that like and subscribe button. If you're watching the replay, get in the comment section. Definitely encourage everybody to share this episode. It's a really great episode. And we're on all social media now at the Bama Standard. We're on TikTok at @the_Bama Standard. Help us get that follower count up and get the subscribers on this channel count up. It's what makes this show go. Hey, if there's anything you guys want to see, you audience folks, tell us what you want to see on this show to make it go. So we're all about you guys. And if you missed the Bama Standard, go back and watch the replay. We had EJ Jr. and George Teague on last night. Got some great wisdom from those guys. And we talked about what it took to be considered the best team ever, because there's a debate going on right now because that 2020 team was named the best ever. So we talked about it a little bit, but that's kind of what I got going on.
What about you, Chris?
Just chilling with the fam right now and enjoying this time with my daughter. You know, I got my trucking business out here, so I'm locked in on that, trying to build that, trying to go to the top with that one. And I'm trying to get back. I want to get into some coaching. I know that's gonna take me some time with everything I got going on with my trucking business, but I definitely down the road look forward to get into some coaching. I love football. I can't stay away from the game too long. Been away from it for about 2.5 years now. So try to get back acclimated in that world. And like I said, just enjoying this time with my family, man. And that's it.
Cool. And then for me, man, y'all make sure y'all come out this weekend and see Birmingham Stallion last home game that we have here in Birmingham. Regular season, you know, hopefully we host the first round of the playoff here. If not, we'll definitely see y'all in Canton, Ohio for the championship.
Yes, sir.
And that's all I have for you guys tonight. Thank you for your time, and roll tide.
Roll tide.
Roll tide, baby.
Oh, and go Hoosiers, Chris.
Hoosiers.